Hi there, Serial Trader here. So let's check in with the major US indices. Now it looks like we may finally have a short-term top in place. And this small degree wave 5 certainly had a good run. Got quite extended, but that's certainly acceptable. As I stated before that even though wave 3 is typically the longest, it just can't be the shortest. And in this case, the way I've labeled it here, wave 3 is clearly longer than wave 1. And wave 5 happens to be the extended wave, and that's perfectly acceptable. And now we've broken a couple short-term support levels, which has me, and also we've kind of gapped down here, which has me leaning that we're now doing the expected correction after having a 5-wave advance. And we'll just wait for this to develop and set up the next trade setup. That's what I'm looking at. And I mean, I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold. You never do. But once it gets more mature in its formation, you can start to get a pretty good idea of whether you're going to have a zigzag or a flat or some sort of combination. And typically, you know, just that 3-wave 535 zigzag decline is the most common. So that's what we'll be looking for first. And we'll only go beyond that if necessary. Now, at this point, we're just going to wait. And I have just some Fibonacci levels drawn in here. And this is just the retracement of this overall 5-wave advance, if it is in fact complete, which it currently appears to be. You know, we have the 50% retracement at 26.68 on SPX and the 618 at 26.50. And then, should it go really deep, you know, you get the 786 at 26.26. So we'll just see how this plays out. It could be the rest of the week that we consolidate, or maybe even beyond that, but we'll have to see. Play it by day. So I'll leave this chart. I'm not going to show anything big picture because nothing's really changed in regards to that. We'll go to the candlestick chart. So SPX candlestick chart. So if you look at the candlestick, so we gapped down today. And, oh, how about that? We closed that gap. Look at this. So we closed that gap that I was speaking about before, right here. Okay. And that was always a likely target to at least come down and close the gap, which also happened to be right where the T line was as of today. Okay. And then also this trend line, if I zoom out here. So just connecting these two peaks, this trend line right here, we just bounce off of that as well. So quite a nice confluence. A trend line tap, T-line tap, and then closing the gap all at the same time, and then the market rejected off those lows into the close there. So, I mean, technically, you know, maybe that was it. We just had a super shallow pullback, and now it's just going to be bull, bull, bull. I doubt it, although certainly possible. I'm expecting a little more depth and time consumption to the decline, just so it's proportional with the advance. That's typically how these markets behave, time and time again. So as much as I'd love to just buy some SPY calls here and just swing for the fences, I'm just not quite ready yet. So here I just have the same Fibonacci levels drawn in, and actually I have the 382 as well, and we haven't even hit the 382. So we'll just have to see how this continues. If I just go the 10-minute, first of all, also the oscillator again proved quite a nice, you know, short-term topping tool. We had our doji star at the top, oscillator was overbought, and then sure enough, down today and likely some more follow through there. Now what was I going to do? I was going to go to the 10-minute chart and just show you where we're sitting there. And if I was going to look at the 10-minute, maybe we have a, 1 down, 2 up, 3 down, some sort of clearly corrective choppy sideways wave 4, and then maybe one more wave down in 5, and perhaps that'll be an A of an overall ABC down. Something like that, maybe. We'll see. But you can see some pretty decent waves just on this 10-minute chart coming down. And also this price gap happens to be in the wave 3 position, and price gaps most often occur in the wave 3 of 3 position when there's an extended third wave. So interesting there. Just thought that adds credibility to this short-term wave count, having that gap there on the third wave. But I'll go back to the daily here. And, okay, well, I think that's good for SPX. We'll move on to the Dow. Okay, Dow Jones Industrial Average. Similar, didn't even quite touch the T-line today. Oscillator got overbought, now we're coming down. So really very similar implications directionally to SPX. And, okay, I think the Dow was up eight trading days in a row. So really, I mean, how long do you expect it to go up every day, even if you are, extremely bullish? Markets just don't do that. So this was really, it was due, and technically we were certainly expecting it any time, and here we are. Okay, so NASDAQ composite, gap down, touched the T-line, rejected off, very similar to the S&P there. Oscillator got overbought, now we're coming down, working off that overbought condition. And, yeah, basically the same story across the three. And, okay, the volatility index. So VIX had a little bit of a perk up today, but really just another lower high by the looks of it. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the VIX here at 14 and change it closed at. That's still pretty benign. Something a little more substantial on the downside might be happening if we start getting above, let's say 18 or 20 in that range, because that would actually start breaking this lower high pattern on VIX, which wouldn't be particularly good for equities. But that's not happening right now, so we'll just keep an eye on it. But overall, this all looks very expected, and really I've been waiting for this. So now just patiently wait for that correction to look mature, and then start thinking about taking a more aggressive bullish position. And I don't know what strike price I'm going to pick yet, because the prices are only known once I actually go to do it. But I'm thinking as far as expiration date, September calls, something like that, Lots of time for another upwave to play out, and then, close it out when she's looking good, or roll it up, or roll it forward, or all the above. You get the idea. Anyway, that should be good for this evening. Hopefully everyone's having a great week so far. Serial Trader signing off.